I am so sorry. When's the funeral? Where and when? Hey.
Now it's being revived. זה נקרא מרבה נכסים, מרבה
There you go. Here is Larry. See Larry. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Larry, the machine somehow took a nap. He didn't wake up. So until we charged it.
Okay. As long as we're okay.
We started by saying, it says yesterday. It says in yesterday's parasha that the Zava has to count. How come she doesn't make a bracha? Tosafot answer because she might see blood in the 7 clean days. So the question is, why is Sfirat HaOmer different? Why can me and you start to count? We might forget. Okay, so obviously this is a question only according to the Bahag that says that if you forget, you cannot continue. According to the other Rishonim, okay, I might forget. But the Chidah says that according to the Bahag, if you forget, the other brachot are brachot levatala. So the question is now, this week.
Could you say that, Rabbi Prague, I lost you. Could you repeat that, what you just said about, he went in and out. If you could just repeat that, I just didn't hear. I'm so sorry.
Safot say in few places that Zava doesn't count the bracha because she might see blood on the 4th, 5th, 6th day. So then retroactively, she never counted. She cannot make.
So why don't you say the same? I was going to say, why don't you say the same thing with Sfirat HaOmer?
I mean, this is what we said before you got on. The answer is Sfirat HaOmer.
I didn't hear that. Okay.
Shonim is a separate mitzvah every night. So even if I missed 40, but according to the Bahag, here's the question. According to the Bahag, if you missed one night, it's over. Why can you say bracha every night? If you might forget, you might lose all of them. So Eli said that this is what the commentator says, the only way to answer it. By Zava, she is not in control of her body. So this is why we cannot allow her to start with the bracha. Masha'enke by Sfirat HaOmer, we can control what we do. The question now is, this week someone was reluctant to be a chazan. I told him, I whispered to him, be the chazan and be motzi me in the bracha of Sfirat HaOmer. I assume that the reason why he's reluctant is because he doesn't count the bracha anymore, and he's embarrassed. He's embarrassed too. So I went to him and I told him, you have me in mind, not your count and your bracha. You cannot count for me, but on your bracha. So Paul is asking, why? If you go with the shita of the Bahag, if you miss, you cannot count anymore. Why can you make a bracha for me? The answer is, according to the Bahag, you are mechuyab 49 days every night. You blew it, you blew it. But the chiyuv is not off you. I'm unable to fulfill my chiyuv because I forgot. So the example we gave is, everyone is using this Magen Avraham that says, if you lost your hand, if a person lost a hand, he's unable to put tefillin. Can he still be a sofer? Says Uksharata Muhtavtam. He says, of course you are able. Why? The chiyuv is on you. The chiyuv is on you. You're unable to fulfill your chiyuv. If you hear this svara, let's go now to an interesting case.
Rabbi, I raised the question though, in our minyanim, the Hazan or the rabbi says the Berachah, we're not Yosef with him purposely, and then we say it ourselves. Is it because he can't be Yosef, or we just don't want, we want to do our own?
The main reason is because many Apolim say that no one can count for you. Unlike Kiddush, that Shomer is Keoneh, by Sfirat HaOmer it's not. Tonight I'm Chayav 18, you're Chayav 18. I cannot tell you, Rani, please say the bracha and the sfira for me.
So how could that Hazan done it for you?
The Chazan, I'm repeating again. The Chazan only said the bracha, but the count I did. I told him only bracha, but I counted loud to make him aware. This is the difference. Because the bracha isn't it? A separate. Now open your Mishnah Berurah second Siman Tav Pei Tet.
I didn't hear
Siman Tav Pei Tet.
Oh, 289, 489. Rabbi Prague?
You can see it. Tav Pei Tet, yes.
What happens if you become an Onain in the middle of Sfirat HaOmer?
Going to be our topic. No, but it's a big difference. The big difference is, Eli says that someone becomes, it's a different question. Someone became a mitzvah, he did count. Yes. The question is, can I take the mitzvah that he did, the Rabbanan, and consider it? The Onen now is mufka from the mitzvah for that day or not? Yes. This is really the question.
He's obligated, but he's being held back from it. Similar.
This is going to be the question.
No, saying the beracha he can't, or counting.
Maybe the counting now. The Onen doesn't put tefillin, he doesn't say Birkat Hamazon, he doesn't say She'akol, he doesn't say Borei Minei Mezonot. He's patur for mitzvot. Is he mufka from the mitzvot? This is really the question. No? So look a second, Shulchan Aruch, Siman Tav Pei Tet, Seif Chet. Tav Pei Tet, Seif Chet. Okay, everyone knows it, we practice it every year, we hear it, it's good to hear it, it's good to we know it. אם שכח לברך באחד מהימים, בין יום ראשון, בין משאר ימים, סופר בשאר ימים ולא ברכה. You forgot to count it, right? Why is the Shulchan Aruch saying בין מיום ראשון, בין משאר ימים? What's the difference if I forgot?
First day or
the rice or the Rabbanon? I don't know. The rice? I don't know.
He refers to one opinion in the two. One opinion of the two says that even those Rishonim, we say that if you missed one day, you can still continue, but not if you did not count the first day. One shita did the two meals. He said you
Saved.
cannot count. Even if you say that every night is a separate mitzvah, but there is a continuity.
You had to start.
If you never start, you cannot start a marathon in the middle.
Right, so the second day of Pesach, you couldn't say the beracha, you wouldn't.
According to discipline, the halacha is not so, but he's madgish. The reason he has to emphasize that.
Sounds like it should be a knas.
Okay, according to for me, it's mashma, it's all right. So אם שכח לברך באחד מהימים, בין יום ראשון בין משאר ימים, יש, סופר בשאר ימים ולא ברכה. So again, let's, before we go into the biur halacha here, some Rishonim said that you can count every day the bracha even if you miss 24 hours. Why? Because they say that basically it's every night is a separate mitzvah. The Baal Halachot Gedolot is the biggest mechadesh. He says no. If you missed one night, you cannot count the bracha. So halacha lemaaseh, because the Baal Halachot Gedolot is a serious commentator, serious Rishon, the Chumrah we say Safek Berachot count because it's according to most Rishonim you have a mitzvah. I put every day in my room the number on the blackboard, and I say some of you perhaps, and I say perhaps it's a mutzchut. Some of you didn't count. Count today. Yom Shivasa Yom La'ono. What am I achieving? You achieve according to most Rishonim you have the mitzvah. And everyone agrees that the bracha is not nakev. Everyone agrees the bracha is not nakev. So you tell the mitzvah. According to the Bahag, there's no point in doing it. But this is so the reason why we continue b'li bracha is only because we are choshesh the shita of the Bahag. According to other Rishonim, you can do it b'bracha. According to the Bahag, you cannot do it b'chlal. So we are saying count b'li bracha, fine. Now look now at the biur halacha, please, b'lo bracha here. See b'lo bracha, siman taf peitet, seif chet, mishnah berura b'lo biur halacha. כתב בנהר שלום, מי שמתו מוטל לפניו באחד מימי העומר. מוטל לפניו means the מת was not buried yet, באחד מימי העומר. He says, יספור ביום לאחר קבורת מתו, בלא ברכה. בלא ברכה. Now listen carefully now. Velo dami litfilah. What's his question?
Why is he count? Well, we said after.
Ve'ein mitpalelim b'torat tashlumim. Hashem yishmor. If someone lost a relative on Shabbat, he didn't pray on Shabbat. I'm sorry, he didn't pray Motzei Shabbat. He didn't make Havdalah Motzei Shabbat. Right? But and if the burial was in the afternoon, he's not saying twice mincha. Again, he lost a relative on Shabbat. Saturday night, he didn't pray, he didn't make Havdalah, he didn't pray Shachrit. The burial is in the afternoon. He comes back, he prays mincha. Should he pray twice mincha to replace the Shachrit or not? Shulchan Aruch says no. So why is he counting Sfirah now in the afternoon? Someone lost his father or mother yesterday. What?
Why is he counting Sfirah?
Yeah, why don't you say the same? I had no chiyuv last night. Why am I
wants to make the full 49 anyway.
So the answer is the Sfirah is an ongoing mitzvah. It's not a mitzvah of this morning. Tefillah, the mitzvah is this morning sunrise till 4 hours. That's right.
49.
This is exactly what he means. Yes, so look again. So look again. He says, "Velo dami litfilah, ein mitpalel b'torat tashlumim, k'deita b'yored ya siman shin memalev, כיוון דבעיקר זמנה הרי פטור." See, by tefillah, I have a main chiyuv, and the chiyuv is extended to have tashlumin. Here, the hacha leman de'amar demone otav תמונה אותה אף ביום, לאו בתורת תשלומים ובלילה. Listen good to what he's saying. He's saying the reason you count during the day is not because I'm replacing. It's an ongoing mitzvah.
You're doing what's still
The same as Kiddush Friday night. If you miss Kiddush Friday night for whatever reason, you can say Kiddush Shabbat afternoon with the full text of Friday night. Not just Tashlumim. Not just Tashlumim. Chiyuv Kiddush is on Shabbat you have to praise the Shabbat and a cup of wine. I should do it as early as I can last night.
So, Rabbi, what would happen if the person passed away like Tuesday afternoon? So that now the party's onen, and then they have the funeral here in Brooklyn, and now the guy goes to Israel. So he misses a whole day, and he's onen for the night and the whole day. Now what does he do for the omen?
In a minute. Jeffrey, a second. So he says, לאו בתורת תשלומין, אלא דחיובה נמשך עד סוף מעת לעת, כדמשמע ברמב"ם. Okay, we're not taking out the sefer, but if you look at the Rambam, when the Rambam says you can count the day, he doesn't say tashlumin. At Tfilah, he says tashlumin. By Havdalah, he would use the word tashlumin here. Says you can't do it today. ודמי להבדלה שמבדיל ביום א' אחר קבורת מתו. This man who lost a relative Shabbat, he didn't make Havdalah last night. The burial was today in the afternoon. Today. Why is he making Havdalah? It was Patur last night. The answer is, I'm not making Havdalah because of last night. I'm making Havdalah because it's an ongoing thing. This is exactly what he's saying. The Ikar Zmana who עד יום ד' ולפי זה שסופר ביום יוכל לספור שאר ימים בברכה. So the other days you can count בברכה. Now Jeffrey, your question. מי הוא? אם נמשך קבורתו כל היום. They're busy in the funeral, they took באופן שלא נשאר לו פנאי לספור אחר קבורת מתו. When the burial finally takes place, the day is over. So he didn't count בכלל. אין לו לספור עוד בימים הבאים בברכה. So the rest of ספירת העומר, you cannot count בברכה. Why? דמלי, אם שכח לספור, what difference does it make if I physically forgot? ומלי, אם נפטר, is exempt, פטור, yes? אם נפטר לספור. אידי ואידי, in both cases, לא have to be more. Says, remember again, obviously we're going with the opinion of the Bahag. If you miss, you lost it. So now, Jeffrey, going back to your case.
Why wouldn't you tell the Onin to just count with
out
of it?
Yeah,
I think there is an opinion to say Onin can count.
Very good, very
Don't
good.
make, you're not chiyuv the
Yes,
beracha, but
suppose-
count the Onin.
Is it still a mitzvah?
No, suppose this is the
You don't
question.
have beracha.
So the Noda B'Yehuda gives your advice. He says, just say the number.
Say the number.
It's not a simple one.
But you,
Like you
It's
are
a
number,
mitzvah. That's the mitzvah.
not
You're
a
not
mitzvah.
gonna mitzvah to different
Not
things.
to be a issue. Let's say if someone would say today, Ayom, Shivas Ayom LaOmer, and Chaz v'Shalom is a onen, it's a number. It's not a Sfirat HaOmer.
Well, wait, but according to the Bahag, where it's one mitzvah, and the mitzvah started before you were onen, and it's going to continue after you're onen, it's not a separate mitzvah. Maybe there it'd be possible to count.
No, but this is why the
You know what I'm
example I
saying?
give you all the time, you are very careful to say, you came onen on Shabbat. Eli is saying, if his father died an hour after sunset, Saturday night, everything changes. Then everyone agrees that you have to pray Teshuvah, and everyone, why? Because it was there. We are talking that the minute Shabbat is over,
I'm just
I
saying.
mean, the number, Paul, the number that you were suggesting to say is not a Sfirat mitzvah, you know what I mean? It's a number, 17. However, believe it or not, the Yehuda does say what Paul said. So observation
Because
says,
it's not the full mitzvah, it's not
so
the.
observation wants to say that continuity,
Bahag.
he wants to say that continuity is not continuity of Sfirat mitzvot, it's continuity of numbers. And you have a number.
Doesn't the Onen Torah say in Avdil Kodesh L'Chol to do melachah?
לא, שום דבר, זה לא נחשב הבדלה. זה לא הבדלה.
Why can't he wait till Wednesday if you're allowed to say Havdalah till Wednesday?
No, he's asking Paul, should he say, I'm מבדיל בין קודש לחול? To allow him for
It's a
melacha.
lot ta'aseh. You're still not chayav on
It's
lot
an interesting
ta'aseh.
question we have to
But don't they pray our feet
I
early?
don't remember now. He says maybe you should say Shas Baruch HaMavdil. I have to check.
It's lot ta'aseh.
Shimon Malach, yeah.
But aren't they, don't they say our feet early? Going in sometimes.
I said that.
No, I told you that some Rabbanim suggest to Adonan to pray a bit early. So this way he made Abdallah already.
Yeah.
But why can't you just say the day didn't exist for the Onen? So he still had continuity for him because he was patur for that whole day.
Continuity means that continuity by numbers is that 17
You missed the number. Hmm.
follows 16 and followed by 15. I mean, הוא לא אמר כלום, Jeffrey, הוא לא אמר כלום. Nevertheless, you know that Chacham Ovadia for years and years used to,
I know.
for years and years used to say that you accompany,
No,
if
that one.
if you accompany the body to Israel, even on the plane you are patur. Later in his life, when his son follows, he says, while you are on the plane, you are chayav, because you're doing nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
for years and
Uh-huh.
years, he used to say that even if you accompany the body, there's nothing you do for the duration of the 9-hour
You're
flight.
showing up.
You are not an onen.
Really?
He used to say, whenever you are an onen.
Mhm.
He said, while you are on the plane, make a bracha. He said, make shakol, make mizorot.
To learn?
No, he says, call davar. To them is a different thing. This is simcha.
It actually happened to
It's
me.
still a bell. I mean, the guy is still in the state of Babylon. But as far as the exemption for mitzvot, is only if you are legally an onen. If not an onen on the plane.
But they don't take care of the children don't take care of the.
I know, but they make phone calls,
Yeah, who's
they speak
speaking,
to
what's
friends.
happening, call the rabbis.
Onen is
Arrangements.
patur when he's busy to arrange. To arrange
Right.
doesn't mean the burial. The arrangements are many things that are involved.
Now there's Wi-Fi on the plane.
What?
Now that there's Wi-Fi on the plane, you can do that on the plane.
You know, he says now that you have Wi-Fi on the plane, maybe again you are onen on the plane
Yeah,
because
because
you
you
can,
have
you can
ability to do
continue.
things.
It's the Wi-Fi.
Well, what?
It's still on the Wi-Fi on the plane.
You don't.
Rabbi Prague?
Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah.
Before all this stuff, I was able to have 25,
24
20
hours,
hours,
20 hours
zero
without
contact with the
anything.
world.
That's what
I
I
was
want.
able to chill out.
That's what I want.
I know another guy told me the best time in his business years is on the plane.
On the plane.
So no one bothers you. No one.
No talking.
Yes, go ahead.
You know, it's a little scary because literally 1 minute before the class starts, Seymour called me to tell me that his mother, Punk, died and the funeral's tomorrow. So I said, how is it that you picked this today?
Unbelievable.
I figured, did you know? Did you not know? Did you pick this like this? I mean,
Of course I didn't know. You mean it's spooky.
it's spooky.
Yeah.
Literally, as the Zoom came on, he called me and I said,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm not going outside today.
There's no coincidence in life.
You see this, Jeffrey? I mean, my friend just called me as the class started.
I know. I saw you on the phone.
I think, what? And Rabbi Prague knows to everybody. I mean,
I
There's
didn't
no
know
coincidence.
it.
There's no
Okay, but
coincidence.
you just telling me we have to go for Shibako.
yeah, I'm telling you because you have to
Okay.
know. Oh,
Yeah, thank you. I mean, you should let me know better things. Okay, look further.
I figured if you're bringing up this topic, maybe you knew, and I'm saying unbelievable, unbelievable.
Now, go now to skip 2 lines by Yobi Walacha Bayas, go to 2 lines before the end of the page. Be'inei, you see, Ubeikar Adin, you see, Ubeikar Adin. One line before that. Ubeikar Adin, this is what Paul suggested before. Ubeikar Adin, my de psikale, the onen, patur misfira. Let's first analyze what he means. If a person is a onen, listen carefully, and evidently he says bracha, she'akol yeh b'dvaro and water, don't say amen. It's not a bracha. Someone's lips move. It's not bracha. One opinion says that if he wants to do it, you can do it. But halacha l'maaseh, we are posek, you are exempt completely. So if he says amen, so don't answer amen. It's not a bracha. Of course he says baruch atah Hashem, but it doesn't count as a bracha. So look what he says. Harav noda b'Yehuda here, Paul just said. הרב נודע ביהודה מהדורה כמה חלק אורח חיים סימן כ"ז מסתפק בזה. נודע ביהודה is not sure if it's completely exempt. Why? Listen why. על פי מה שכתב מהרש"ל, turn the page, בתשובה. Now remember, the Maharshal is 200 years before the נודע ביהודה. The Maharshal is from the earliest Achonim or maybe the late Rishonim, the law, listen to this now, the law mikol advarim onen patur. He says it's not a blanket with patur from everything. Remember, it's a chidush of the Maharshal. We're not doing it, but he's taking it as an opinion. ומגבב שם איזה סברות דעיקר למימר, וגם מספירה לא פטור. Why? ובעיקר משום דבזה לא מטרד ולא מתבטל בשביל רגע זו מלעסוק בביתו. You know what he wants to say? He wants to say what we mentioned before. The reason why Onen is patur is because he is busy. He's busy preparing. He's busy talking to friends. He's busy to figure out what he has to say, not to say. He said, saying Sfirat HaOmer is a very short. Saying Ayom Shivas Ayom LaOmer doesn't take you away from anything. No, but you can ask it.
Saying a glass of water.
Saying Shakol also.
So the only answer is that this is very
He's saying with the Beracha.
The Chazon Ish occasionally felt so weak that he used to, for his health, he needed an orange. He used to eat the orange without saying the bracha.
It was like medicine in a way.
The guy was
like coffee in the morning.
The guy who was learning with Moshe Deutsch. So the Chazon says, I can't. So maybe he learns with him.
Yeah.
And you get. So Dan Segal, you know Rabbi Dan Segal? Rabbi Dan Segal said, I understand the Chazon Ish was unable to say Sha'akol or Borei Pri Ha'etz the way he normally does. Let him say it the way I say the Rabbi. If Segal says, I understand that the Chazon Ish cannot say his Borei Pri Ha'etz. But let him say it like me. He said the answer is, to him, what I say, it's gorish.
Worthless.
This is the answer. The answer is our Sha'akol. Oh, you're right. It's the same. It's the same. But he means you do it. You have to focus on the word Hashem. Okay, no. Look further. The Ikar HaMeimar, the Gam Bisfira lo patur beikar. Mishum debaseh lo mitra. That what it means, of course, is it's a number. You understand? There's no requirement or kavanot in Hayom Shivas Hayom LaOmer. And it means, of course, beli bracha, yes. So the bracha requires always certain type of kavanah. But the counting, ולא מתבטל בשביל רגע זו, ולעסוק לביתו. הוא מצרף, and he takes into account now גם דעת איזה פוסקים דאונן פטור, אבל רשאי לקיים. Shulchan Aruch brings two opinions. One opinion is, Onen is not obligated, but he is permitted to do it, yes?
That's a big difference.
ועל פי כל זה, again, combining these two. A, because it doesn't take his mind away so much. B, some opinions say you can do it. דעתו, דאספור בשעה שמתו מותר לפניו בלא ברכה, ושוב יכול לספור בכל הימים בברכה. So this is the חידוש נפלא of the נודע ביהודה, that combines two opinions to say that if he counts, he does have a trace of sphira of mitzvah, and therefore the following days he would be able to count the bracha.
When he does it on that day, it was with bracha without on that particular day. So the number is there's no
but
serious
the
covenant.
whole idea is that there is a continuity of the numbers, yes? Ve'etiko, you see, this is Ve'etiko HaGaon, Rabbi Akiva Eger be'Hagaota. Rabbi Akiva Eger has commentary on the Shulchan Aruch. So if Rabbi Akiva Eger brings the Noda B'Yehuda, it means that he agrees with him. Yeah. Otherwise, he wouldn't bring him. Because remember, it's not writing regular commentary on the Shulchan Aruch. But remember, we understand why he's saying.
But this is all for the Bahag. If you say it's all each day is a separate mitzvah, so he's on end, he misses one day, he continues counting with the bracha.
But the only reason you count the bracha is because of the Bahag.
No, I understand. But I still say the Bahag, but when you have one mitzvah, it's not the same thing of being cut forth from mitzvah, because you started the mitzvah to one mitzvah, and you're really just keeping it going. You know,
I understand, but for that duration of 24 hours, it is out. Is out.
No, we're saying he's patur from the mitzvah, but it was the mitzvah was already. It's a single mitzvah that was started beforehand.
You start the marathon.
According to the Bahag, this.
She went off the path.
Rav Soloveitchik in Arei Kedem says, even if we disagree, with this calculation, you realize is based here on two things. A, it takes very short. Even if you disagree, some say that Onen can do any mitzvot also, it's not obligated. So he combines the two. He says, okay, so that after we combine, you can. He says, even if you disagree with the two opinions, he believes that if you count, this is what we argued before. Even if your count doesn't have a label of Sfirat Mitzvah, but there is a continuity of numbers. You hear what he says? He wants to say.
That's a totally different. Just saying that, just keeping the number system going.
This is exactly after he says this logic. He says, and therefore, all this discussion in the Achronim, it started in Mutchat Chinuch. And Kiddush becomes Bar Mitzvah tonight. He counted 17 days as a minor. Can you count tonight? Continue b'bracha? He says yes. Even if his obligation was an obligation of a minor, even if Machpat he counted. What? Like, okay.
Rabbi just says not to count.
Okay. The reason is because it's affect. Because it's affect. He wants to say, if you take the logic he said, but many poskim say, since the Katan was fulfilling Mitzvah Sfirat HaOmer, even though the counting was a midrabanan. Remember, this goes back, we spoke many times, to the Rabbanan, one the Rabbanan.
Yeah, so if somebody has safek,
why can't the Katan read? Why can't the Katan count the Megillah for us? Yes.
Rabbi, what's the source for Onen in the Torah? Is it from Abraham somewhere or something?
Yeah, this is what Moshe is telling And Moshe is telling them, Moshe is telling Aaron what not to do. You take Rambam made Sefer Shoftim. Open Rambam Sefer Shoftim Ilchot Aver. Correct. Aaron is like a regular Kohen Gadol. Every Kohen Gadol. But the question is the other two children. Now he opens the Rambam Sefer Shoftim Ilchot. You share it with him. Share it with him.
Thank you.
You share it with him. Go to Rambam Ilchot Aver. It's very interesting that the Shulchan Aruch always copies the Rambam. Shulchan Aruch doesn't have Ilchot Malachim, but the last topic in the Rambam is Ilchot Aver. So where they are, the last topic is Ilchot Aver. There's no Ilchot Malachim by the Shulchan Aruch. Look what he said. The first halacha, Perek Aleph halacha.
What halacha?
Halacha Aleph, Perek Aleph.
First.
Mitzvat aseh להתאבל על הקרובים. You realize this is, we're not talking about mitzvot or Avelut, the actual Avelut, Mitzvat Aseh, according to the Rambam, it's in Torah, you see on top, the Rambam is listing it as Mitzvat Aseh להתאבל על הקרובים, שנאמר, ואכלתי חטאת היום, הייתה בעיני השם. You remember what Aaron says to Moshe. Moshe is upset why they did not offer the Seir HaChatat. Says Aaron to him, if I would lose, ואכלתי חטאת היום הייתה בעיני השם. ואין אבלות מן התורה, אלא יום ראשון בלבד, שהוא יום המיטה והוא יום הקבורה.
Right, it has to be on one time.
According to the Rambam, Abelut is min Torah for one day only. Min Torah.
If the
Aval
burial was that day.
He says openly.
Yeah.
Yes. Aval Sh'ar HaYeshiva, the other 7 days, Einam din Torah, it's only midrabanan. Now listen to this now, Eli. ואף על פי שנאמר בתורה, ויעש לאביו אבל 7 ימים. Now the Rambam is asking a question. It's mufurash in the Torah, it's 7 days. It says, but Yosef made Abelut for his father, Yaakov, 7 days. Nitna Torah, here it is. Venitchadsha halacha. What is the Rambam saying? After the Torah was given, we don't follow what happened before. So Eli, which question should you have at this Rambam? Here he says, even though Yaakov did, Yosef did 7 days, no. After the Torah was given, how about Gideon Hashem?
Yes.
How about Gideon Hashem? Gideon Hashem, after Yaakov had the fight with the Malach, Al Ken lo yochlu b'nei Yisrael Gideon Hashem. Says the Rambam in Purush HaMishnayot Ulchulin, we're studying Chulin Yisro b'daf hayomi. We are doing Chulin, we're doing Gideon Hashem, not because it happened to Yaakov. It's because the Torah is telling us, Al Ken lo yochlu, but the time to start Gideon Hashem was Matan Torah. Before that, it's Machlokes Rabbi Yehuda and Chachamim, there was no Isur Gideon, Omer Rambam. The Rambam says in Purush HaMishnayot in Chulin, that every mitzvah that we do, including Brit Milah. Why are we doing Brit Milah? Because Avraham Avinu had it, or because we read yesterday, Ubayom HaShemini Mol B'sar Orato. The Rambam is bringing the pasuk of yesterday. We are doing Brit Milah because of yesterday's pasuk, which is after Matan Torah. The details, when and how we learn from Avraham, yes? A man, a woman, this, that,
But it's interesting. It's in the Brit Milah. It's Vayamal Avraham et Yitzchak Bano. It's interesting that that's the.
כולם מסכימים. Avraham Avinu was obligated to make a Brit Milah. This was a private command to him. But the reason why we are doing it, תראה מה שהוא ממשיך. אף על פי שנאמר בתורה ויעש לאביו אבל 7 ימים, ניתנה התורה ונתחדשה ההלכה. ומשה רבינו תיקן להם לישראל 7 ימי אבלות ו7 ימי המשתמות. We ever put it together here? The 7 days celebrating Chatan and Kala. And the 7 days. What's the connection? You see that in human life, 7 days is
It's a unit.
a unit. Yeah. This is really what the Rambam is saying. Especially when people deal with their emotions, yes. The Rambam feel more. Go now to Rambam. Hilchot Melachim. You have Hilchot Melachim.
Rabbi, somebody once told me, I mentioned it to you, but I don't know if it's true. The Gid HaNashar is the only mitzvah that was given that's not repeated in the Torah.
Correct.
So if we don't have
No,
it
it's not
repeated,
written before us. It's Tichlon.
so we're getting it from Yaakov. So
The Shela, okay, but believe that tomorrow I'll start the class. We'll begin this Rambam. I'll bring one book. So where Hashem tells me and you, Sinai, because what happened to Yaakov, but it's written by Yaakov.
yeah, it's written by
But
Yaakov.
it started to kick in.
It's started to kick, but it's not mentioned.
Right, it's not mentioned again. Right.
It's not mentioned again. It's the 600.
Remember, but the main idea is here, like the chiyuv is not, didn't start from.
But it's not like Milah from Abraham, which it's repeated in the Torah.
Are
Here
there
it's
other
not
mitzvot
repeated.
that are not mentioned? There must be other mitzvot that are not
Some
mentioned.
mitzvot that are not mentioned at all. So,
What's that?
With Brit
Many
No,
mitzvot are
it's
not listed.
No, I don't know. It's not not mentioned, it's not repeated in the Torah.
up to Matan Torah, every descendant of Abraham was obligated to make a Brit Milah because Abraham was told. But when Sinai tomorrow, because very different is here, like to sit, to schlep all the Gemarot Chulis to heaven. But I'll bring one. Open the Rambam, beginning Hilchot Melachim. When the Rambam is talking about the Sheva Mitzvot B'nai Noach, listen carefully as the Rambam is bringing. Hilchot Melachim, it's
Near the end.
It's the last topic is discussed. So look a second. Which paragraph in paragraph? Let's see Zion of Vav, let's see Zion again. Look at Perek Tet, Hilchot Melachim. Tet, Hilchot Melachim. Pay attention to the Rambam. This Rambam that we're about to read is a fascinating Rambam, but there is a big discussion. If we read it the way it's written, listen carefully. Al Shisha Devarim Mitzvah Adam HaRishon. Adam HaRishon did not have the mitzvah of ever min achai, because Adam HaRishon was asur anyway to eat meat. Avodah Zarah, Birkat Hashem, Shfichut Hamim, Gilui Arayot, Gezer Dinim. Fine. אף על פי שכולם קבלה הם בידינו, קיבלנו ממשה רבינו, והדעת נותר להם, בכלל דברי התורה ייראה, if you learn the Torah well, שעל אלו נצטווה. אוקיי, good. הוסיף לנוח עבר מן החי, שנאמר אהבת למבול, אך בשר בנפשו דמו לא תאכל. And listen carefully what he is saying. וכן היה הדבר בכל העולם, נצטווה יתר עלינו במילה. אברהם מוסתו למילה. והוא, אברהם התפלל שחרית, ויצחק הפריש מעשר, והוסיף תפילה אחרת, מנחה. ויעקב הוסיף, שיגיד הנשה והתפלל הרבה. Now listen to this. ובמצרים נצטווה עמרם במצוות יתרות. Does anyone know? It's not the question. Everyone wonders. Which mitzvot was Amram nitztava? Some says in the pasuk say, "Vayelech ish bebet levi vayikach et bat Levi." Maybe it's kiddushin. What? Ketubah kiddushin or ketubah. Okay, listen. עד שבא משה רבינו, מה פירוש המילים? מה זה ונשלמה? What is the definition? מה זה ונשלמה? And the Torah was completed, correct? Pages and pages are written in this word. Is the Rambam telling me that all the 7 before continued, and Moshe Rabbeinu gave us 613 minus 7. But tomorrow I'm going to show you openly Rambam and Purush HaMishnah, with all the mitzvot. This is what we spoke before, Eli, Gidan Hashem, everything started from Sinai. Because Be'emet, if it's 613 minus 7, because we continued the previous 6, why did we have to read yesterday by Yom HaShemini? Okay, it's not a question because it teaches us that Brit Milah can be performed on Shabbat. But the Rambam in Purush HaMishnayot says the opposite. So tomorrow we might spend time on this question. So again, what we saw basically today was, according to the Bahag, only if you miss the Sfira, maybe it's Bracha Lebatala, says the Chidah, or maybe it's not. Question is, according to the Bahag, how can you start? Because you are in control. Then we saw the Biur Halacha, what to do with Onen. So remember, the Radav Yudal makes a new idea. He combines 2 opinions that you don't take any of them separate. And he says it's enough together to allow Onen to count, and he counts. See, this is the Chidush, that it counts as a Sfirat Mitzvah.
But without a better.
Right. So basically wants to say, even if it's not a Sfirat Mitzvah, it's a Maaseh Sfirah. And then we saw 2 opinions by Onen. Is it Ptur Legamrei or not Ptur Legamrei? So tomorrow we'll start at this Nekuda. Is it Gidan Hashem other mitzvot? And what is the Rambam saying? Nishlama. What is Nishlama? Have a wonderful day. Now, Larry, do me a favor. Tell Max that we have to learn now. On this number 550,
550.
And yeah, and one.
By the way, Rabbi, yeah, at 5, I'll tell him. I'll call him. But there's in the Ramban, there's another girsah that said Ba Avraham ben Tztava. So
tomorrow will come back to you.
All right, have a great day. I'm sorry to tell you bad news, but I thought you knew when you were saying this just because. And I said, Mom. Yeah, listen, that's life. Can I know?
This we can take. No, because I took most of them from over there. Take at least 5 back already. Have a nice day.
Have a great day, Rabbi Prav. Good morning. We will speak later, but Rabbi Prague wanted me to tell you, you'll be learning on Zoom 550-517-4985. Password 1234. Have a great day. Speak to you later.
Your call has been forwarded to
Got it. I have a question. Only you and I could say it, but Seymour, me, you, and Seymour, you know you're gonna kill Lenny? No, because you and Seymour be saying Kaddish again together. What's Lenny? How's Lenny gonna deal with that? I figured I'd call you. I haven't seen. I really wanted to get. I really need to give you a hug because I haven't seen you, but I wanted to make you laugh a little bit. I could, and I figured you're up. You had to say Kaddish this morning, so that you know how much between Booby and between Booby and. Ugh, it sucks. Bad month, and you gotta think something. We got all right, but we're gonna do something. But everybody's asking, what do you want to do for tzedakah? So we gotta figure out. I'm sure you'll have how you want to do tzedakah for this, but we'll do it at a time. I just want to know how you are. That's all. She's not okay. Do yourself a favor. Send Karen a birthday wish. It's her 70th today. While I have you on the phone, otherwise I wouldn't bother you. If you haven't, why is she not talking to you? What did you do again? Always, it always stupid. Okay, so you know what? It's done. I'm tired. I'm so tired, Baggy, of all these sorry things. They're wearing me out between home and shit that I have and you have, and then you go to work and you got these animals. Just you go. Is his game today? Oh yeah, because you got to mail. You got to what's it called? It is. Listen, Bagel, this is our life. You got plenty to be happy for. You remember all the good. All what you do, don't pay no attention to her. I mean, this is who she's going to be. You told me once you have to forgive because it's a person who's a little ill or a lot ill. And you got to look aside. Oh my God. Whatever you could do, I don't care. I know you a lot of time. And no, we're not perfect. It's all bullshit. I'm tired of it too. All right, listen, just have a good day. And when you're there, say a bracha for mommy and dad while you're both there. I'm sorry you have to do that. I love you. We'll speak later. Now, what time is it tomorrow? Do you know? Does he tell you? Okay, I'll see you then tomorrow, unfortunately. Ugh, okay, love you. Bye, baby. No words. Unfortunately, I will see you tomorrow. With much love, always, Larry. Hi, Brandini.
Yes, you're calling from the group, sir.
Oh, let me hang up, hang up, hang up. I'm better now. I hope I woke up Moshe Papa wherever he is. I did. Okay. Oh, we can put him on the line, unfortunately. Try it. Okay, I'll try. How do I do this? Add people, I guess. How do I do this shit? I don't know how to do it on this number. I don't know how to do it on WhatsApp. I can do it regularly. אני לא בורח, יש לי כל היום לבזבז. Yeah, okay. Well, I have bad news to tell you, unfortunately, but that's another story. I hate to tell you, but you're in Israel, you won't hear, and you want to know Sima's mother Niftarayim. No, you have to know. I don't like that. I'm not calling anybody else, but I called you for other things. So I'm going to tell you what I don't like doing it, but I know you don't know, and then you feel bad that you didn't know, and the people should know in Israel. Ugh, yeah, Tov. I mean, live so long, Kanai I mean, no, right. It's not. Right. Shouldn't die, right? My father always said to me, and he died at 80 years old. He said, Larry, I'm supposed to die. I'm not supposed to live forever. And he's right. And he's right. And when I was by him right before he died, I said to him, I'm asking Mechil. He looked at me, he said, you have nothing to be Michael. Just go home and take care of family. Don't worry about nothing. What more? I don't gotta leave my kids with all this guilt and schmilt and that, please. Kanaan, this is it. Put me in the ground. Don't say he was the best father in the world. I wasn't the best father. Put me in the ground, and I don't want any hispadim. Then you want to piss on my grave and everything. Nothing. What are they going to say? He was the greatest father, the greatest grandfather. He wasn't the greatest father, believe me. Studio. Make such. I'm going to make people stand there and listen to Baba Mises. He did this and he did this. I hate it. They talk Shtuyot and then they go, she was the best grandmother. But what about the grandmother who's still alive, who's sitting there? She's not the best grandmother. Shetatzikum Shtuyot. The second. You know what I worry about? That I make it till next Wednesday in a week. That's what I worry about. Don't make me buy yoked. If I don't go away, I don't care. I'm going away. You're coming and you're the most optimistic person I know about Eretz Yisrael. You're going to come. You're going to get out, even if they'll take a special plane. I'm not. Yeah, Pachikama Emehmen again. Schmuck שכזה מבלבל לי את הביצים 5 דקות לפני שבת. Insurance, low insurance, come insurance, low insurance, my insurance, insurance. Should I hang up? Bye. We're doing it. Boker Tov. Penzi. Oh, now I got Joan Penn. Joan Penn. Good Shabbos, Joan Penn. Good Shabbos, Joan Penn. Good Shabbos, Joan Penn. Now you're on my shit list, Joan Penn. That's it with you. And then did you hear that I called you afterwards? Hi, JP. I love you, dear. What's doing, JP? I think I'm going to see you tomorrow, kind of. Yeah. I said better, Joni. You know what I said? You know who's going to be the most aggravated about this? Lenny, because Seymour and Steve will be saying Kaddish together, and Lenny won't with them. So oh my God. I never tell anybody, but I figured Effie's sitting in Israel. No one will remember to tell him. So I said I'm going to call Effie to butcher him a little bit more. Maybe he can give me another idea so I could torch a mic with it. Hello, Penzolini. Mashlamcha Chamor. Yeah. Bronchitis. Oh, God almighty. I don't care if you're coming in an ambulance. I don't care if you come in an ambulance. I'm going to put you in the plane and put an air mask over you, your oxygen mask. You're coming. I'm not sitting by myself for 17 hours. I'll kill myself. But you'll feel better. You'll be better. You'll be better. Oy, poor Joan. Poor Joan. Joan, don't get carried away. He can't be good for 3 days in a row. Believe me, he can't. He's gonna, by the way, Joan, if I were you, I would get to the room that has a lock on the door. Very good, JP. Very good. It's good to hear your voice, Joni. It's good, always good to hear your voice. Okay, Penzi, manyanim. You don't know what happened yesterday. I had to call American Express. I called and it put me through to the regular Balabatim line. And I waited 15 minutes. It wasn't pretty, the woman who got on the phone. I said, perhaps your system is broken for Centurion members. You think you could look at it, and this is what I need you to do now, not tomorrow, but now. But I said it nicely. They were very surprised because normally I don't say things. No, but really. So whatever you need, I'll take care of. Maybe you want me to ask American Express if they could provide you a charger for the ones that Effie suggested. But you between now and then a few more days, you'll find more Michigas to make me crazy. Ata no normally, but I love you. Ata. You're so crazy, Penzi. That's why I love you. I'll order you one. Don't worry. What are you going to do with it in the room? What is it for your blow dryer? Effie, כל כך עסוק, אין לו זמן אפילו לעשות רשימה. Maybe you should have Joan do it for you and tell Joan to pick up the suitcases, bring them up to the room, clean them up, air them out, and then to pack for you also. I've never seen. Joan, many years ago, my father, we never exchanged birthday gifts. I thought I might have told you this. And also, my parents never ordered for all the graves, perpetual care. So one time before my father's birthday, I called him and I said, Dad, I have very good news. He said, what that? This year we're selling your birthday. He says, yeah. He said, what's the gift? I said, we're going to get you perpetual care for the cemetery. He said, that's wonderful. I said, but under one condition. He said, what's that? That you use it immediately. Yeah, near your mother who you visit, near your parents who you visit every time you go in Israel. Musnach. Mike, there's a place in Israel in the cemetery. There's a section called the Muznachim. You and I will be the only two over there. Who's gonna visit us, Mikey? I don't. Don't come. Now you're talking. I'm sure Joan already booked flights to go once a year by the yacht side. If Joan hasn't killed him by now, Effie, if Joan hasn't killed him by now, the other problem is by Jones Leviah, God forbid, this 120, they have to find a tombstone because Perik Lamed Aleph in Mishlei, Ashes Chayil does not fit on the regular tombstone. How many? Right? I could just. We should not have to use these things, but we should. That's not going to be our problem. That's exactly. But Effie, you know what I figured out as I go along in life, and Mike appreciates this. I keep the way I eliminate people. I hope I get 10 people to make a minion by my Leviah. I don't even know. When I will show you on the trip the text call that my mother sent me before she died when she says, "You are not to come to my funeral." I'm going to show you these videos when you'll see this, Effie. The night you don't want to sleep, you listen to this video and you'll say, "Achshav ani mevin madua Larry Litsky kol kach lo normali." You're not to come to my funeral. You were never good from the day you were born. Goodbye. Bye, mommy. Take care. And then she called. Right, 100%, but the best one, this is one you have to hear. So she went ahead and she bought my nephew, her grandson, a stove, but she only paid for 2/3 of it because it went over her budget for stoves. Okay, so good. They get the stove, they use it for a little bit, and then she calls him up and says, "You didn't call me for a little bit of time. I want the stove back." So my nephew said, "How do I send back 2/3 of the stove?" I can't make it up, baby. Okay, Effie, Mashlamchem. What's the Effie? You're coming on this trip. I don't care if you have to swim in the Mediterranean and use Moshe Pop and Simcha like floats. You're coming on this trip. Device. Yeah. Fair b'mayim adirim. Yeah. It's gonna happen. Simcha. Right? That's what do you remember what we wore last time? I'm not schlepping a heavy suitcase. I am not. Mikey, whatever you bring, put one decent pair of pants, one jeans, and Shalom Yisrael, and that's it. We'll clean it. God forbid you get it dirty in every hotel they clean it b'chinam. If the hotel is only $200 a night, how much could they charge for laundry? Right. Don't schlep. You got to schlep that suitcase 100 times on planes. You don't want to do it. Schleppnish.
taking one suitcase and my backpack, קטן, לא גדול. stuff that I want to share with me, the medicine, התפילין, המחשב, one extra pair של תפילין כפי החוצה גפיים וכולי, just in case disappearing something.
Right. And Mikey, I'm going to bring a carry-on, a regular carry-on, so I could use that in there if I need it. And I'm going to bring one little, not a gigantic suitcase, and I'm going to pack very carefully because I do not want to schlep. Last time we schlepped too much, Mikey. No, by the way, she also could tell you, she always says that. Today, that was the big thing in the newspaper this morning, in the New York Post, that in the police precinct, Mike Penn will like this, the police precinct, that they found that the men were looking into the women's changing room. Really, what a kiddush. What a kiddush. That was a big thing today in the paper. Okay. So what else? Mike, you must have other things that you need. Oh. No, what is it? Oh, tiny, Katanchiko. Oh, no, that's really fun. Kupari Sheet is really an amazing series. It's great. I like that word Pitspony. That's going to be used on this trip. I could Pitspony. Milel, Geiger, Pitspony. Okay, so what else? Everything else is good. What are they saying in Israel? Or they don't say nothing? Okay. All right. What a I got it. I have to go. I'm going to walk to the airport. I really, I count the days. It's By the way, American Express doesn't want to talk to me anymore. They said, "Is your friend Mike on the line?" No. Yep, waste. Right. It was really stupid. Right, because they don't care. This is what it is today. But it's really, I really am happy that we're on American Airlines, and we have a backup with American Express, Mashu Korean. We'll do what we have to do. Listen. Last time we did with the flights. This time, if there's something, we'll deal with it. Also, you ever say there? Right. I just like to get back for Shabbos. It's very important. They get back for Shabbos. Aye. Oh my God. By the way, the Chabad, please get the Chabad. Maybe they could bring a cow because I don't want to be. Last time I'm sitting there and there was no shawarma, and then the best was Mike Penn turns and he says, "Well, I like a salad, and here's what I like it." Then he had to make his own dressing. I could laugh. I could laugh just on that one. I also know Effie, I know the one in Dar es Salaam. I know the Chabad, but I don't even know if we're going to be close to Dar. Are we going to be? Is someone going to? We going to be close to Dar es Salaam? I don't even know where that. Okay, wait. I know the Chabad Shaliach. I know the Chabad Shaliach there. No, you don't need him. You don't. But if you want it, I'll send the information. I don't know. No, but say there. I mean, and I don't want Coke. I want Coke Zero, and I don't want it in a can like Steve Adelsberg. I need it in a bottle.
You look at these guys and you say, "Can I have this?" That fear that they stare, and that's nothing happens, nothing goes anywhere. So I think I get the feeling, the symptomatic of what, like, go to a third world country and you just have to lower your expectations. Say, okay, this is how they do things over here. It's not America. They're on it, and they're like, whatever. They just like, oh,
Right. Zero. Mashiach, we'll be five guys who will enjoy ourselves, whatever it is, it is. No, everything. I just hope that you have when I was reading the Tachnit, I just hope you have enough museums on the thing because I haven't been Hag. I don't like to go a day without seeing a museum. They're my old Kachal Roshali's. And these Sovel Museum, Pachacama. Mama Kama, Pachacama, Baba Kama, Mach Patli. Well, the best was when we were on that plane and we're going round and round looking for those things in the sand. Remember that plane? And I figured I'm seeing Effie sees it, maybe Cindy doesn't know this, doesn't see it. Moshe Papa sees it. And I look, what is Mike Penn doing? And I look at him and I said, I don't see much. I mean, whatever I see it's an experience, and I'm with you guys. It'll be just Maxime, it'll be fantastic. Right, sure. It's sitting next to me over here in this. Yeah, listen, it's fun. Moshe Papa's gonna be fun, and Simcha's wonderful. What could be bad? We, but Mikey, I already told Effie that there has to be yaditz and a mapa b'shvil haroshecha al haver. Because I remember you tortured Chavi, and it should be this, and the seat should go this way, and there should be a curtain, and it should be about. Yeah, it'll be fine, whatever it is. We're just gonna. Mike Ben will sit there and he's gonna work on either to be a Yishai Rebo concert, or he's gonna have to. Do I get the 3-year extended warranty on the Tanur in Sackett Lake? How many days did that take? I don't know if I should get it. Maybe I shouldn't get it. I should get it. I should. What color is it? Stainless steel? I don't know. Stainless steel. Whoa. Effie, put it on the spreadsheet. Spread it on the spreadsheet on the spreadsheet. Be midiyuk on the spreadsheet. Make sure put it on Simcha's section. Put it by Simcha. Well, pardon. You know, Mikey, being that you're not doing anything about the meals and you think we brought you Shlata Zoy, we knew you have to contribute something. So you bring the music. By the way, Joan Penn should sponsor one meal that we took Mike away for 2 weeks. Think about it. It's a gift. Matana Joan. That's why she's getting cemetery plots.